Hello, Fort Lauderdale. Mark Fine alongside Mayor Dean Trantalis for your post-commission report on this July 6, 2021. Mayor, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, well, it was a very busy night. I want to start with the commission workshop, which was the first meeting you had. And the talk was about Bahia Mar, and this is something that's been discussed for quite a long time. Tell folks what transpired tonight.
So back in December of 2017, the previous city commission approved a site plan for that site. It included quite a few buildings and an arrangement that we felt, at least I felt at the time, pretty much displaced the whole idea of putting the boat show on that site. It has come full circle now. We have been able to work with the developers who've come back to us and said, "Come on, how can we make things more appropriate for the community, which would allow more space for other activities to take place, including a boat show." So I, along with Commissioner Glassman, have separately met with the developers to see how we could perhaps work something out. And so I thought it was appropriate at some point, which was today, to allow the developer to make a formal presentation to the commission and to the public to kind of see where we are at this point and what their proposal is. So now the full commission knows about it, and as does the public, and we can talk about it now. We can talk about the ideas. Do we find that acceptable? Should there be some adjustments or modifications? And we'll now meet again with the developer and with the boat show folks to kind of talk about what their expectations are and how we can accommodate both interests.
And you mentioned Commissioner Glassman. He pointed out really what the developer brought tonight, night and day, from what has been brought forward in the past.
It was a significantly reduced development project. It removed several buildings. It brought the number of units down from 651 units to just over 400 units. And it included an upgraded hotel, it included upgraded restaurants, and eliminated the underground parking garage. And so it was a significant change. It would still have to go through the whole DRC process, but it's best to do it right rather than just getting it done right now. So I think that we're working in a good direction. I think everyone is participating in good faith, and I want to thank the public as well as the developers and the commission for being very open-minded about the changes, the possibilities that we can see here, because the goal here is to ensure that this is public land, so we've got to maximize the public benefit out of this property. So and that includes being able to host the boat show. It includes being able to host other events too there, not just the boat show, but significantly the boat show. And it also includes seeing how we can, what kind of rent we can derive from it, because right now we receive a paltry sum. And I think that the way we're looking at the numbers, we'll be getting a significantly larger increase in our rent from the developer in years ahead.
So headed in the right direction, still a long way to go. Perfect segue into our next topic, maybe headed in the right direction, but still a long way to go, tunnels. Some people may see tomorrow that a resolution was passed on tunnels. That doesn't mean people, that doesn't mean they're going to start digging tomorrow. So please, yes, explain what happened tonight.
So what happened was that the Boring Company, which is the company that is owned by Elon Musk Group, they began a tunnel project both in LA and in Las Vegas, which most of the commission went out to go visit and see, what exactly are they able to create. When I went out there originally with the city manager and some of our city staff, we also went with executives from FEC Railroad and representatives from the county. We went out there to kind of see how we can adapt the tunnel technology to the needs that we have here in Fort Lauderdale. The initial goal was to see how we could bury the train tracks. The reason for that is because the railroad wants to add a coastal link, which is a commuter line on the tracks. And that means another 40 to 50 trains a day that would be rumbling through our city, with the gates closing, the bridge going up over the river, it would create an absolute nightmare of gridlock on both the river and the streets. So the Florida Department of Transportation said, okay, well, let's build a bridge through your city. Now, bridges have never added to the city at all, any city whatsoever. They divide communities, they create visual obstructions, and it was a sort of a cheap way to try to accomplish a transportation need, where now we have the possibility of new technology to build tunnels that is far cheaper than anyone has ever done before in the past. So we connected with the Boring Company. They came out here several times. They've looked at what we had, and the possibility of a train tunnel is very much an option. But in the meantime, we discovered that there are other opportunities that we could consider to try to alleviate a lot of our traffic problems that we have in the city. One of the biggest traffic problems we have in our city is people going to the beach from other cities, either in the western part of the county or other counties, who want to come to the jewel of South Florida, which
maybe
is Fort
for the
Lauderdale.
4th of July.
Exactly. And it's a way to Las Olas Boulevard in particular is always, it's jammed with cars. It's frustrating for the people that live on the aisles to try to function during the holiday weekends and most weekends during season, especially spring break time. And so we thought, what can we do to try to ameliorate the problem that we have there? And so one of the ideas that we've come up with is to build a tunnel from downtown Fort Lauderdale. In particular, we're looking at the Brightline station, and then building a tunnel under Las Olas all the way to the beach and dropping people off at the beach. So that's the kind of the tunnel that is in their business model right now, and they've come out here. And so tonight the commission approved receiving the unsolicited proposal which they've offered to us, and we've established a 45-day window of opportunity for other developers, other construction companies, other designs that could be proposed to build a subsurface system taking people from the downtown to the beach. Again, we've spent so much time over the many years that I've been on this commission trying to come up with ways to mitigate the traffic that we've had in particular on Las Olas Boulevard, not just in the residential area, but also in the retail area.
Sure. Yeah.
So we've heard, for the most part, very, very positive response from the community when the idea first came out. And so when we return from our recess in August, we're hoping that we can pick up the program and finally start to examine the logistics and really get into the details. And we're very hopeful that this can go forward.
And again, just to be clear, all that happened tonight was the acceptance of the proposal, which opens it up for other companies to make proposals as well. And then the next step is?
And the next step is to wait and see if another proposal comes forward.
Right.
If none comes forward, then we allow the Boring Company to come in and do a sort of digger dive into this and start studying the geology and the logistics. In the meantime, we start reaching out for funding sources. The Boring Company will front the money to build the project, and then that gives us time to try to tap into county, state, and federal funding in order to pay for this.
So the two big stories tonight, a little bit of ways to go, but headed in the right direction.
Well, you know what? We're a 21st century city, and we have to start realizing that the opportunities that are right staring at us are there for us to grasp and to really make them a part of our everyday life. Tunnel technology is a new technology that it's an old way of dealing with things, but a new way of addressing it. Cheaper, faster, and safer. And I think that it's a right fit for our community, and we're really excited about it.
You said one thing there, and I want to wrap up, but that is one of the big draws. They can do it a lot less expensively than other forms of alleviating congestion.
Exactly, and more successfully. We can't widen Las Olas Boulevard. Okay, we're not going to build a double deck over Las Olas. Okay. Someone suggested putting a tram over the city. Those are not realistic, especially in a hurricane-prone environment. So that, along with the Bahia Mar discussions that have been going on are very positive opportunities for the city. The status quo at the Bahia Mar site, nobody accepts. It's a beautiful piece of property that languishes there year after year, and I think that there's something that we can really do that's right for the community, and we're definitely on our way to that, to achieving that.
Interesting times ahead, no doubt. Mayor, thanks so much for spending some
Sure,
time, and
thanks
thanks for watching. Of course, the mayor mentioned it. Commission is going on break. August 17th will be the next meeting. So we will see you after that meeting. Until then, you can always look for information on social media and also at our website, fortlauderdale.gov. We'll see you next time.